Alright, welcome back everybody to Empyrion Galactic Survival. I'm KnowItAllDM. How's everybody doing today? I'm doing great, hanging out in creative mode. So, recently, I meant to hit that, not that. Recently, with the Alpha 9 update and with Alpha 9.4 and all that stuff, everything that's been introduced so far, I've gone over quite a bit of stuff. And I've been upgrading my ARV Titan to match the latest update. So I'm going to go over some of the changes and show you guys the benefits of the new logistics system. So as you can see right off, I put a boarding ramp down here, which is still large enough a hole to get the mule in and out, which is exactly what I want for my cargo bay area here. I've got several container controllers linked to multiple container extensions here, so that each of these, there are a total of 8 of them, can hold up to 70,000 volume. And then I've got these over here, which you guys saw in one of my previous update videos, which can hold 100,000 and 82,500. And then I put a whole bunch of these smaller ones in here. I think they increased the amount of volume because these were able to hold less when I updated them, and now they can hold more. I don't know. But you see, this one can hold 66,500, and it has the exact same extensions as this one over here, because I just did a mirror extension thing, which is weird. It's very weird. But in any case, so I also went ahead and put some what you call these things? LCD screens, so that, you know, you can tell what it is. I've gone ahead, I added an additional cargo back here for the constructor inventory, and then over here is another one for the main constructor output. Now, the reason for this is, as you'll see over in here, we've got raw ores. And let's just say you've come back from a good day's mining, you just mined up some raw ores and everything, and you want to get these processed and built into stuff as quickly as possible. So what you can do over here, this is the raw ores only, we can go ahead and just tell it to go and hit each one of those once, and it'll put it out into the constructor output. That's not what I meant. I meant to do that, but as you can see, not only does it utilize this, but it also utilizes things in the output as well as the input when crafting up things. So now we've got stuff utilized, stuff, you know, started being built up. We can go ahead and we'll do promethium pellets. We'll do 10 of those, and then we'll just start doing some of each of these, and then sathium ingots as well. Elemental pentax. I'm not entirely sure what elemental pentax it is. Is that the... I don't know what elemental pentax it is used for. That's something that I don't think they mentioned. Is that what is used for these now? Instead, let's get these up here, because it was raw, or for the ammunition, that's what I'm looking for. Okay, so what they've done is, instead of using raw pentaxid for the weapons, they now use elemental pentaxid, and as a different type of use, and then the refined pentaxid is used for warp drives and such. So we'll go ahead and hit those a couple of times and get this refining all the stuff that we need to refine. Now let's say we want some ammunition, right? So over here we can start building up some ammunition for the stuff that we have, the stuff that we've unlocked. We need nitrocellulose. So Let's go ahead and I'll put some wood logs in this as well. Okay, so forget the ammunition for now. We'll worry about the ammunition in a minute. We'll go ahead and get, after those have been made up, we'll go ahead and get this turning into nitrocellulose, right? So we'll do 10 nitrocellulose. So instead of the ammunition, let's go ahead and go here. This is what we want. We want this for fuel. We don't have any hydrogen bottles in here, so we're just gonna go and do these and then those. Okay, actually, that's okay. So instead of you refining these, what we need to, I need to find a way to move the pentaxid. We'll just have to, when we collect pentaxid, we're just gonna have to manually move it or use the logistics thing to move it from one place to another. So logistics from the Titan, from raw ores, and then we'll move it to constructor inventory here. We can now just move this over to there. And now we can utilize our fuel constructor. Let's do a few more of those and then that. I don't know. Oh, we can only do one more of those after that. That's fine. And then start doing that. Now what this is doing is this is putting this in the port fuel storage, which is already up there in engineering. We can utilize, let's see, there's nitrocellulose in there now. So we can now utilize this constructor and start making ammunition for our weapons. And it's putting it in port ammo. So it's going ahead and throwing it back here in the port ammo box for our weapons to use. So we've got raw ores. If we had the raw ores consistently making up the nitrocellulose and iron, and then had this consistently making the ammunition, we wouldn't have to worry about moving it to the ammo box or anything because it just puts it in there on its own. Because the raw ores processes things from this raw ore box, which is the harvest cargo box that the harvest thing puts it directly in. It'll take it from there, it'll refine the stuff and put it in here with the constructor inventory. And then our other three constructors take from that constructor inventory and place it where you need it. The main constructor will put it in this box. This is for like parts and pieces and stuff like that. This goes ahead and puts your fuel all the way up in the upper cargo box up here on the port side. So if we come up here to the engineering and look at our port fuel station, we already have our pentaxid and our fuel ready to throw into our engines. And that's a major thing that's good for this the logistics thing. That's a major thing for this game, not having to move all your ores and stuff to the boxes they need. And so it's great having it where I can just harvest. I don't have to put it in the constructor. I can start this making it up. Now, if you wanted, you could make the harvest cargo box your constructor thing and not have to go about the intermediate step about having these refined, right? I could have the other three constructors pulled directly from this harvest cargo box, and then it'll just make anything straight from those ores and ingots. But it would throw the remaining stuff, as you see, if I went, let's say I wanted to just make a door, okay? It'll do the intermediate parts here, and then any excess will go back in the constructor inventory. So it would use up your mining inventory stuff with excess parts. That's why I'm doing it separately, so that I can refine all the things and then utilize my other 3 constructors to make what I need to do. And so if you had a crew of, say, 10 or 12 people all working in unison, you could have one person mining up there. You could have one person in this inventory sitting in, say, you know, this chair with the constructor inventory open through here. Constructors are here. Constructor. I really need to label these, but this is the main constructor, as you can see. And you'll have like one person like 3 people sitting in the chairs, refining up the like choosing what to make, what fuels, what stuff like that. Then you'll have someone over here constantly telling it to refine the ores into the ingots that you need. And it would just be like you're mining and crafting and just one big machine going at one time. In addition to these changes, as you saw in the engineering section, which I did last time, but for those of you who don't know, I added some Wi-Fi extenders so that you can actually utilize the Wi-Fi from outside of the ship. And I'm going to be updating the Mule next, probably, utilizing the same cargo extensions and stuff. I'll probably have 2 cargo things, one on this side and one on the other side here. And then in the middle here, I'll have just a regular cargo box like that, and then a Wi-Fi extender on it, so that you don't have to be like close up to this to actually utilize it. You could do it from a distance if you were within range of whatever you were transferring from. So I think that's all of the stuff that I've done with the logistics stuff on the Titan. I have, of course, the landing gears here do work now, and they work perfectly fine. I tried to get a boarding ramp back here with the vehicle bay, but it just wasn't practical. No matter what I did, I couldn't get it for the vehicles to work properly coming in and out. So utilizing this and these ramps is still, you know, a good idea in certain situations. But I also, you know, tried messing with this stuff. It took me a while to figure out what to do with these, because these right now are not airtight. So when they're retracted, if it was, say, underneath this stairs, which is also not airtight, I would have no oxygen in here in space. And so what I ended up doing, I had to raise this a little bit, put a thin walls here, and just put it underneath here and underneath in here. So that's what I ended up doing with that. I'm pretty sure that's the entirety of the update for the Titan and the logistics thing. Another thing that I considered doing, but I really couldn't, is I wanted to make, I mean, I could if I made a base, but what you can do, you can hook like a smelter. I don't know where the furnace is, but you can hook the furnace directly up to a cargo box, have it pull from that cargo box, and then place it into a different one that your constructors on the base can pull from, which is really interesting. I don't know if the deconstructor needs... That's something I want to find out real quick. Does the deconstructor pull from a cargo box as well? So let's put this down here, this down here. It does appear to pull from a cargo box. So you'd want a cargo box labeled like trash. And you could have trash cans all around your base. And then this would just continually... But I think that's going to be it for this little update. If you guys enjoy this sort of content, the little, you know, updates and stuff, especially on my, let me close this. Especially updating things on my ARV stuff, and especially the Titan, because I think this is going to, I want this to be my ultimate ship in the multiplayers that I do. When we're playing with, like, you know, 3 to 5 people or more. And because it's really made where one person can utilize it, but it's also supposed to be the top of the line for like a 4-person crew where you've got the captain, the first officer, the chief medic, and then the engineering. And I don't have any crew on it because I want to leave that up to the people to buy and place their crew around. Eventually, they said that they're going to have the crew actually fulfill functions, which is going to be really neat. Like, I would love, like, even if it was like just a static bonus to the I love the updated models for these large generators. But anyway, even if it was like static bonuses, like if you put an engineering, like an engineer down, and for each additional engineer it was like a portion of it, or a chief engineer was like a, you know, more than regular engineers, but, you know, had better buffs or something. Put it down and your energy consumption on here goes down and you become more efficient. Or like if you had a pilot that you put up here, you could like assign autopilot, you know, information, like to like go onto the map, set waypoints of where you want to go, and, you know, and they would fly there. Or, you know, like if you had a commanding officer and you put it here, that it would just give a general bonus. Or like some sort of weapons officer would make your automatic firing turrets and everything, you know, a little bit more accurate. The things like that would be really nice. It would also be really nice if you could hire NPC crew members that actually walked your corridors and, you know, actually fulfilled roles, maybe combat roles, things like that. But in any case, that's just, you know, a little bit of, you know, additional info from me, you know, rants and stuff like that. You know how I do. But in any case, that's going to be it for this update to the Titan. If you guys enjoyed it and want to see more of this content, hit the like button for me. And if you want to see more Empyrion Galactic Survival, go ahead and subscribe. I'm KnowItAllDM. And as always, y'all have a good day now.